Okay guys, so you're a trader, or you want to be a trader, and I guess that's why you've clicked on this video. Now for those of you who've never seen me before, I do trade for a living, and I have done for a long time. If you go through the channel, you'll see pretty much everything I do is documented.
No way!
So is there a secret formula to what I do? The answer is yes, there is. But it isn't what you think.
Are you sure?
Most of you will come into this thinking there is a magic system and a magic pill, and there's a few shortcuts. Well, there isn't. Not at all. I come across people all the time that think they know everything, and they actually know jack shit. Nothing. Because they're what's called a bar stool manager. We often see them in workplaces or in a bar. These are the type of people that'll sit there, pull everybody down, tell everybody how to do their own job, but actually can't do it themselves. You know, a classic example is somebody who shouts at a football match, telling the ref they don't know what they're doing. And these people couldn't even run 100 yards. You know, do you ever listen to these people? No, you don't.
Bring on the dancing girls. Get rid of this idiot.
Fuck you. Off.
But if you want advice, you'll go to somebody who can actually do the job. Do you like that person? No. Sometimes you think they're arrogant and they're a bit bullish. And why is that? Well, it's not because they're pretty good at what they do. But if you want to know what they do, you listen to them. Doesn't mean say you got to like them, but you do listen to them. I've come across those all my life in my career. And I learn from those who can do the job. The ones who just spout shite, well, personally, I just normally call them a dickhead.
Oh, here we go.
No. And why? Because that's exactly what they are. So what is the secret formula? Well, it's actually less is more. Most of the best traders that I know do minimalistic things. The search for more knowledge actually works against you rather than for you. You're better off following the analogy of Bruce Lee. I don't fear the man who knows 10,000 kicks. I fear the man that knows one kick practiced 10,000 times.
Isn't that logical?
Now that is the best analogy in this industry, because there's 101 ways to trade, thousands even. You know, and then there's different scenarios. Do you need to know them all? No, of course you don't. But if you know one system inside out, and not only do you know it inside out, you trust it, then you're part way there. And I say part way. And the reason why I say part way is the strategy is not what makes you money. Not at all. And that's where the dickheads fail, because oh no, this is a head and shoulders pattern, this is a crossover, this is exhaustion, this is liquidity, this is a sweep. Oh look, there's an order block. Do you know what it means in the charts? Nothing.
What?
The only thing you need is areas of interest, your key levels, and a direction. If you've got that direction right, it'll forgive the bad entry, because it's very difficult to pinpoint the entry. The next part of the process comes down to this, and it's your mind. Now, normally when you watch my Coffee with Scruffs and one thing and another, and a lot of the videos I am taking the mickey. I love humour, and it's just part of me. But I am Northern, and we speak the way I find. And the one thing that I find quite odd is, what you see in these videos, I'm exactly the same in the group. But people come in the group and they think that I'm going to be different and I'm going to be this sort of tutor and everything. I'm not. I'm just one of the guys who does the job. But the one thing that sets me apart from you lot is I'm probably a bit more disciplined.
Are you serious?
I'll only trade once or twice a day. I'm not looking to be in every single move. So I'm not chasing the market. I'm not gambling. I'll trade very small. So in relation to the size of my account, I'll put very small positions on and I'll build it up. Whereas the shortcut and the people chaser will put a huge position on and pray to God. They're never going to make it. Never in a million years. And they might hit the odd one or two swingers. Whoa, talking of swingers, she's got a great pair of swingers, I'll tell you that for now.
Big tits. Huge tits.
Yeah, you have as well, haven't you? You always wander up naked.
No, I'm going to eat breakfast.
Oh, is that right? Good girl. See, that's the other thing. And actually, just while I'm touching on that, trading is incredibly difficult. And it's certainly difficult in a relationship, because if you're losing, a lot of the time you won't tell your partner or your significant other. That creates stress. If you're having a bad day, be very open about it. If you've lost money, definitely be open about it. Because if you've been stupid enough to lose a colossal amount of money and you don't tell your partner, and then suddenly they find out, there's an argument before it starts. And you can't work under those pressures. You want everything as calm and relaxed as possible. Do you want to know, as I go through a hard time, she reads some of the comments and the way that I'm treated, and she often asks, how do you deal with that? I say, it's quite simple. They're dickheads. So I just pay them no mind. It does get under your skin from time to time. It does wear you down. But that's part and parcel of life. You know, you've got to have certain things that will push you forward. I love my job. I genuinely love my job. I love the charts. I love the movement of it. But I like running it as a business. And I love running business because I've done it for over 25 years. But it's not the be-all and end-all. And again, I'm going to go back to the dickhead. They think that you live and breathe trading and it's everything and you've got to do this. No, you don't. That's just gambling. That's an addiction. Addiction is terrible. So what you got to do is treat it like a job. This just pays for the life that I have. And it puts smiles on her face.
I'd buy that for $1.
But I do it from a very simple process. And my process has been honed over the years, obviously. But it's very simple. Key levels, direction, and management of the trade. Now, the management of the trade is where the money is made. And yeah, I suppose you could call that a strategy. But it's not. To me, it's what's called common sense. So if you go in small, you have the ability to build up. And if you've only got a small account and you think, oh, well, I'm not making much, does it matter? You've just recently, and if you go through the channel, look at the Vanguard updates. In September, middle of September, they decided they wanted a Christmas pot. Well, that £200 is, well, thanks very much. Oh, bacon sandwiches as well, fantastic. Is quite sizable. I did an update on it this week, and the actual pot itself's worth 1,500 quid. But it's now working for itself inside of Vanguard, so it's making money on top of money I've already made. So it's making your money work for you. And they were just pennies, 10 and 20p positions. Whereas most people go, oh, I've got the leverage, I'm going to put on a fiver. Why? You're a dickhead. You're over leveraging the market. And all it takes is one to blow you out the water. But if you traded small and you got it wrong, so what?
If you can't take a little bloody nose, maybe you ought to go back home and crawl under your bed.
So I suppose the moral of the story is stop looking for more and more. Look for one thing that you're good at. You might be good at drawing levels. You might be good at actually finding an entry point on the market. But if you're good at it, stick with it and then target appropriately. And you have two targets on. You have your target for when you're wrong and you have your target for when you're right. Now, when you're wrong, just get out. Don't try and fight the market. Get out. If you're right, take the money when it's offered, because the market will inevitably take it back when you're day trading. It's called rotation. It'll go so far and it'll pull back and it'll give it all away. All right. Don't outstay your welcome. Get in, get out. When you're day trading, that's what you do. You know, and if you get 10, 20 pips, brilliant. Well, if you're on £1 a point, that's 20 quid a day. It's £100 a week, 400 a month, 4 grand a year. Think in them terms, and you'll find this job is quite easy. And then when people kick off and they start going, oh, I've got the perfect system and this, that, that, other. So, good for them. Trust what you do, and you'll be fine. Don't jump, don't change, just do what you do. And that's what I do. I've been laughed at my whole life in business. You can't do that, but I do that. And I do quite well with that, because I have a single focused mind that I'm going to complete it. And that, my friends, is discipline. And of course you need love. And I love this one, because it's coming on to Christmas, and she's gonna buy me some presents. Are you gonna buy me a present? Are you gonna put your hat on?
I've got a hat, yeah.
Are you gonna let me bring me sack? Because I bought you presents.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know, I'm nice like that. Anyway, boys and girls, it's just the thoughts on a Sunday morning while I was reading through my emails, and a few things came to mind. But always remember, when you're poking at somebody, are you poking at them or are you poking at yourself? And if you're poking at yourself, look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you perfect? Because I look in the mirror and I know I'm not. But I know what my faults are, and that now becomes a strength. So as always, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.